Revelation 9-2, Good Night Kiss at 6. 6 is now from 11-2. Matelot 13-2. Pembroke 8, as in Abbey's Girl. 9-1. Arding King Glass, I should say. Eurolink Thunder at 10s from 12s, and Arding King Glass gone to 10s.
One we haven't had a look at is number 12, Abbey's Gal, going in over on the far side. This is a much improved filly trained by Ian Balding. She's a winner 4 times from 9 starts, just got beaten by Eurolink Thunder at Newmarket, but may not have been too lucky in running. Abbey's Gal and Frankie Dettori go in.
Somewhere near his lightest weight, I would say, too, John 8-7.
Let's join Peter O'Sullivan.
That's Rustic Craft nearest to us, and that's it. They're all in and away. And over on the far side, showing very good speed, is Abbey's Gal. On the near side, her mum is right up with them, and Firm Pledge also. Firm Pledge on the near side, and Humam, and they're being chased by Mithil El Hawa on the near side. And the near side look to have the advantage at the moment. Friendly Brave has forged his way to the front of the far side, but on the near side, the right of the picture that is, it's Firm Pledge from Humam. Friendly Brave over on the far side, with right over on the far side, Colour Party. But on the near side, Firm Pledge and Humam, and these two leading the far side by the look of it at the moment. Friendly Brave right up there on the far side, but Humam and Firm Pledge on the near side. They're being chased by Eurolink Thunder. The far side have definitely made ground now, and there's not much between the two sides, and still Humam on the near side. Firm Pledge is under pressure. Making good ground towards the near side is Revelation. Friendly Brave on the far side, and Art King Glass. Art King Glass has made very good progress on the far side. On the near side, Humam, and then Revelation in the center, Eurolink Thunder. They're making heavy work of it, these horses, though. They're getting very tired indeed. Art King Glass just has the advantage on the far side, and it's the far side at the moment. Abbey's Gal's right up with them too, and Matelot coming there as well, but Art King Glass has the advantage from Matelot as they race into the closing stages. Matelot coming to challenge Art King Glass. Art King Glass and Matelot. Art King Glass has won it from Matelot. Within third place, Abbey's Gal, and Eurolink Thunder fourth. But my goodness, they finished hard. The judge has called for a photo, but no doubt that number 1, Art King Glass, owned by Sir David Wills, trained by Henry Cecil, is second winner of the meeting, and ridden by Willie Ryan, has beaten the French challenger, number 4, Matelot, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Andre Fabre, and ridden by Thierry Janet, with third, number 12, Abbey's Girl, and probably 4, number 2, Eurolink Thunder. But as I say, it's a photo finish, but I think we'll find that Art King Glass has held that determined, persistent challenge of Matelot.
Well, now we know a lot more about what's going to happen in the Royal Hunt Cup. I wouldn't want a low number. Humam is in the front at this stage on the stand side with a noseband, but already it's the far siders who are starting to dictate. Art King Glass has come there good and early with white sleeves. Frankie Dettori bringing the brave filly Abbey's Girl from off the pace to challenge, and Matelot, the last challenger on the far side, Thierry Janet, the French challenger, throws down a real good challenge. But Art King Glass, who Henry Cecil indicated was coming back to his best, has put up a terrific performance with a full penalty here. He's been in front for a long time. Abbey's Girl goes round, tail goes round there as Frankie gives her a smack. She didn't really get the cover that she likes today, and in the end it's Matelot who throws down the most dangerous looking challenge. But Willie Ryan and Art King Glass are always holding it, only by a head, only by a neck, but the post comes in time. Henry Cecil saddles his second winner of the Royal Meeting. The French just beaten in a photo. Abbey's Girl is third.
Willie Ryan, very hard to beat in a I beg your pardon, in a finish, and on his returning on his 33rd winner of the season. Henry Cecil won this in 1987 with Midian, and what a very game performance by this son of Green Desert out of Roval. Bred by his owner, Sir David Wills. A really stout effort. Under 9 stone 1 in clearly very arduous conditions. Ardkin Glass a 10-to-1 chance, and Matelot went off at 7-to-1. A topical name this afternoon, and Victor Chandler laid a bet of 18,000-2 about Matelot earlier this morning. But I think we'll find that, without any doubt, that the Andre Fabre runner has just been beaten. But Andre, of course, with chances later in the day, notably in the Coronation Stakes. The owner being congratulated there by Johnny MacDonald Buchanan, among others. A really game performance, this. Drawn 13 towards the far side, and Matelot drawn 12. The judge taking quite a long time to determine this one, although it certainly looked very clear indeed. Here it comes.
For the Jersey Stakes.
First number one, Ardkin Glass. Second, number 4, Matelot. Third, number 12, Abisgal. And fourth, number 2, Eurolink Thunder. And the draw of the principals, as a matter of interest, in a 15-runner race, 13, 12, 14, and 7. And neck, the official verdict, and the starting prices as follows.
First, number 1, Ardkin Glass, 10-to-1. Second, number 4, Matelot, 7-to-1. And third, number 12, Abisgal, 9-to-1. The favourite, Velvet Moon, has stretched to 130 from 3-to-1. Still favourite, Rohita and Risky together again, 9-to-2. Queen Bird, 13-to-2 from 6s. Double Down is 15-to-2. Snipe Hall, 9-to-1. El Rafa are 16s. Then two of them on 20-to-1, Nera and Pomfret. And on 33-to-1, two of them also, it's Nightitude and Threatening. And there's the favourite again, Velvet Moon, has come back to 3-to-1.
Let's have a look at one of the second favourites, Rohita, with Pat Eddery in the saddle. She's trained by Mick Shannon, who was one of our best football players a few seasons ago. She won both her starts at Sandown and Goodwood, and I haven't seen either of them. John?
I've seen both of them. She won pretty easily both times, although she only had a neck to spare the first time. She seemed to just win a little bit cleverly for Pat Eddery, and Pat, who's won on Risky as well, one of the fancied runners for the races, elected to ride Rohita, so that's a tip in itself. I see that the colours are very similar to Queen Bird, Henry Cecil's runner.
A little bit on her toes, as you can see there, but Mick Shannon's done terrifically well since he's been training horses. I once asked him, did he have a little bit of a secret, and he said, well, I train horses as I trained myself when I was playing football.
He's been widely quoted, Jimmy, as saying that this is miles the fastest horse he's had in his care since he started training.
Nobody would be more pleased if he could finish up the Royal Ascot win. But this is no weather to be down at the start. In fact, it's miserable to ride in. It's miserable for the horses. You can see most of the jockeys are keeping their goggles inside their colours, putting them on as late as they can, as well as the rain hitting them, in fact, but they do get a little bit misty as well. So it's a bit of a job. There's Bruce Raymond, in fact, on Nera, trained by Julie Cecil, this filly at Newmarket, won a maiden auction at Leicester in pretty good fashion, clearing the gates, showed a lot of speed, made all, and held Lady Highfield by 3.5 lengths at the post.
21 runners that day, and she won by 3.5 lengths. Started 6-4 favourite, which is a pretty short price for a first time out horse in a 21 runner field, but she won easily enough. I did hear though that her connections were hoping that it wouldn't rain and that the ground would ride fast, and it doesn't look as if those hopes have been fulfilled.
She's running in the colours, Lady Portman, and just getting a reassuring pat from Bruce Raymond in the saddle. I think the ground, John, now is going to take a little bit of getting here over this stiff 5. It's going to take quite a lot of speed off the speed balls.
There's Risky, just getting a reassuring pat from Walter Swinburne. She had a hardish race against her stable companion, Redoubtable, at Sandown. That was the race that Lyric Fantasy won before coming on to win so impressively in this race last year. But Risky's going in without too much of a problem. That's Niera going in.
Handler goes back, in fact, to get hold of Pat Edery on Rohita. I think she's going to be nearly the last filly in. I can see Pat there. He's given a little bit of advice to the handlers. It's no fun for them either when it's raining as hard as this. Things can become so slippery. But she is walking up to the gate nicely with the blindfolds. Pat saying, get her straight, don't let her touch the gates. She's in. Let's join Peter.
Yeah, this is Snipe Hall. Goes in next to Double Down. And that's it. Get away. Pomfret, Double Down, and towards the far side, Queen Bird and Nightitude right over on the far side, and showing very good speed now is Velvet Moon. Velvet Moon on the near side with Risky. Velvet Moon disputing it from Risky. Then on the right, showing very good foot is Snipe Hall, but it's Risky and Velvet Moon, these two disputing it now. Risky in the very center of the course, Velvet Moon just towards the right. Pomfret's in behind Velvet Moon, then just in behind is Snipe Hall, and over on the far side Nightitude, but it's Risky and Velvet Moon, these two disputing it. Risky on the far side, Velvet Moon on the near side, and then coming there quite strongly to the right of the picture is Snipe Hall, but it's Risky over on the far side. Risky is clear from Snipe Hall, and Risky going away from the remainders, and Snipe Hall and Risky is going to win this in absolutely tremendous style. Risky hacks up and wins it comfortably. Snipe Hall is second, and it's a photo for third, and a very close photo indeed between El Rafa and Velvet Moon. But my goodness, what an impressive winner this Risky under Walter Swinburne. And a double for Richard Hannon in successive years. He won it with Lyric Fantasy last year, and the result: first number 7 Risky, owned by Rolled Vale Limited, trained by Richard Hannon and ridden by Walter Swinburne. Second was number 9 Snipe Hall, owned by Mrs. R.T. Watson and Miss S. Hoare, trained by John Wharton and ridden by Philip Robinson. And it's a photo for third place, and a very close photo indeed between number 2 El Rafa and number 11 Velvet Moon.
Well, this filly has absolutely flown through the ground. She's loved the ground, as so many of us, our stock, do. Velvet Moon led for 3 furlongs, 3.5 furlongs, but she was totally done with now. When she stopped running, well, she was done with completely. Snipe Hall, always in a good position on the right, couldn't quicken. El Rafa Ha comes there with a noseband. Just for a moment, Rohita flattered, but she's back-pedaling now on the far side with the white sleeves, and the rest are right out of it. And the further they go, the further Risky wins. This was almost as impressive as Lyric Fantasy last year, although, of course, then the conditions were very, very much faster. But look at her go. She's won by 3, 4, 5 lengths. Would have been unbeaten, but for being beaten by her stable companion Redoubtable at Sandown last time. But Walter Swinburne's come in for a flying ride here. Snipe Hall from the Midlands has run really well to be second, and look how close it is for third. It looks as though it's El Rafa R.
Yes, brilliantly impressive. This daughter of Risk Me out of Donna Crista by King of Spain. Winner now of 3 of her 4 races. She cost 12,000 guineas as a yearling, showing once again that It doesn't necessarily require millions of either dollars or sterling to buy a very fast animal. And Risky went off the 11-2 chance in this Queen Mary Stakes. Walter joins the single scorers in the Ritz Club Charity Trophy of 1993. After victory in a race in which our paddock commentator, or one of our paddock commentators, Jimmy Lindley, made his own over a period of 4 years in the 60s. He won it in 63, 65 and 66. John Hanmer hasn't ridden the winner of it, but then neither has he ever been beaten. Walter Swinburne won it in 82 previously on Widad. But he certainly didn't have an easier ride that day than he had this afternoon. The judge still sorting out that photo for third, which Rafa may have just beaten the very heavily backed Velvet Moon. Here comes the outcome of the photo. Third is number 2, El Rafa, and fourth, number 11, Velvet Moon. So just to repeat the outcome, first number 7, Risky, owned by Roggeville Limited, trained by Richard Hannon and ridden by Walter Swinburne. Second was number 9, Snipe Hall, owned by Mrs. R.T. Watson and Miss S. Hoare, trained by John Wharton and ridden by Philip Robinson. And third was number 2, El Rafa, owned by Sheikh Hamdan Al Maktoum, trained by Tom Jones and ridden by Richard Hills, with fourth number 11, Velvet Moon, 5 lengths and 2.5 lengths, and the starting price is as follows.
First number 7, Risky, 11-2. Second number 9, Snipe Hall, 10-1. And third number 2, Rafa, 14-1.
And they're running in the Coronation. Gold Splash breaks fast on the far side, but on the near side, Slow Nicer just a little bit slowly away. Zorani Sidiana, the leader. Zorani Sidiana from Gold Splash, and then comes Samoto and Elizabeth Bay, with Nicer the back marker of the quintet, and Zorani Sidiana making it from Gold Splash, Samoto, Elizabeth Bay and Nicer. Zorani Sidiana and Walter Swinburne from Gold Splash and Gerald Mosse, with Samoto just in behind them. Just towards the outside then is Elizabeth Bay and Nicer, still the back marker as they race towards the 5-pole. Zorani Sidiana from Gold Splash in second, then Samoto, Elizabeth Bay on the outside, Nicer in 5th. Racing now towards the home turn in the Coronation Stakes, and still Zorani Sidiana from Gold Splash in second, then Samoto, and Zorani Sidiana still holding Gold Splash as they turn into the straight. Elizabeth Bay improving now on the outside of Samoto. Nicer still just the back marker of the quintet. Zorani Sidiana by about 1.5 lengths from Gold Splash, then Elizabeth Bay, then Samoto, and finally Nicer. Zorani Sidiana going for home now under Walter Swinburne. Gold Splash trying to get on terms. They're racing towards the furlong pole. Zorani Sidiana from Gold Splash. These two being chased all the time by Elizabeth Bay. Zorani Sidiana from Gold Splash. Gold Splash making ground all the time. So is Elizabeth Bay on the outside. And Gold Splash now takes it up from Elizabeth Bay. It's Gold Splash from Elizabeth Bay as they race up towards the line. Gold Splash being chased by Elizabeth Bay, but Gold Splash and Elizabeth Bay in a photo. Gold Splash has won it from Elizabeth Bay. Zorani Sidiana is third, and 4 is Nicer, and 5 is Samoto. Gold Splash has won it for me, although the judge has called for a photo once again. I think we'll find that the Head family have maintained their tradition in the Coronation Stakes, in which Alec Head trained the winner in 1956 with Midget, ridden by Ray Johnson, in 1957 with Toro, ridden by Jean Massard, and I think we'll find this afternoon with the Gold Splash, trained by his daughter Cricket and ridden by Gerald Mosse, in a photo with the other French challenger Elizabeth Bay, owned by Sheikh Mohammed, trained by Andre Fabre and ridden by Thierry Janet, with Zerani Sidiana, who tried to make all the running a gallant runner-up. But a photo between these two with Gold Splash probably the winner.
So a French 1-2, and the visor really worked on Zerani Sidiana. She bowled along in front, and when they straightened out, Walter Swinburne said go, and she opened up and got 2, maybe 3 lengths out of her rivals. And she was travelling as well as anything except the second at this point. Thierry Janet just has a little job to pull out Elizabeth Bay. She just hung fire a little bit before she finally pulled out and threw down her challenge. Sumota's dropped right out in the straight. Now Walter's just starting to show signs of distress on the Zerani Sidiana, but she battles on. But Gerard Mosse drives Gold Splash into the lead at this point, and now Thierry Janet's got Elizabeth Bay running, and it's a great race to the line between these two French fillies. The post just come too soon for Elizabeth Bay. Gold Splash beautifully prepared by Cricket Head, the winner of the Criterium de Pouliche last autumn. Loves this ground, handles the ground, even though there isn't too much of her, and holds on to win a great Coronation Stakes by about a head, with Zerani Sidiana a very, very worthy third. Well, she led inside the final furlong, Zerani Sidiana, and today, for the first time, she showed what she's capable of, and if it hadn't rained, who knows that she wouldn't have lasted home. But the given the ground certainly favoured these two French fillies, and if Elizabeth Bay had just pulled towards the outside just a little bit earlier, who would have known what had happened? But she didn't help Thierry Janet, and when he got out, it was just too late.
So a nice double for Gerald Mosse, who won the French Oaks on Sunday on Shamaka. And here, I think we'll find, without any doubt, that he wins the Coronation Stakes. Still a photo on this 130 chance, Gold Splash, in the colours of Jacques Vertheimer. This filly by Blushing Groom out of Riviere d'Or, by Liffard. Winner of the Marcel Boussac at Longchamp as a 2-year-old on her final start as a youngster. Alec Head stayed at home to look after the horses, as he put it, while his daughter Cricket, the official trainer of this filly, is here this afternoon and giving the filly a grateful pat now. And Cricket just about to catch Concorde to go to about New York to Kentucky, and as sending off present, Gold Splash was in fact adjudged the best turned out as well. So C.C. Khalid, her lad, gets £100 award, as well as his percentage, because of course the stable get a percentage as well as the rider, as well in this country as the apprentice training scheme. In fact, the owner finds that pretty well everybody gets a cut, but not that he resents or regrets that in any way. Still in this photo with compatriot Elizabeth Bay, but here comes the result of the photograph. First, number 2, Gold Splash. Second, number 1, Elizabeth Bay. Third, number 6, Zerani Sidiana. Fourth, number 3, Nisa. And a great cheer when number 2 is announced. Obviously, Gold Splash had plenty of topical supporters this afternoon. So a first French-trained triumph in the race since Golden Opinion won for Andre Fabre, the trainer of the runner-up this afternoon in 1989. The distance is a neck and 3/4, and the starting price is as follows.
First, number 2, Gold Splash, 100 to 30. Second, number 1, Elizabeth Bay, 7 to 2. And third, number 6, Zerani Sidiana.
And they're away. And on the near side, showing very good speed, is Nashville Blues, band on the run. Jade Vale also well up there, and also approach the bench. And on the near side, Grand Vitesse with Jade Vale. And over on the far side, showing good speed, is Neptune's Pet with Philidor. Neptune's Test isolated over on the far side. Grand Vitesse towards the near side, just about the leader. Grand Vitesse on the near side being chased by Double Echo right up there. Also High Premium well there on the near side. High Premium, Spanish Storm in the very center of the course. Right up with them also on the near side is Walking the Plank, visored for the first time, but High Premium just about has the advantage now with a sheepskin noseband on the near side. High Premium from Walking the Plank, right up there, Little Roussillon also. They're racing towards the halfway mark now, and it's High Premium the leader towards the near side. Jade Vale is well there also. Spot the white cap towards the right of the picture. Also holding his position is Walk the Plank in the center, running very fast. And Royal Seaton coming there in the center, and it's Royal Seaton in the center. And here comes Imperial Ballet. Royal Seaton and Imperial Ballet as they enter the closing stages. Imperial Ballet surging away from Royal Seaton now. Philidor over on the far side, but Imperial Ballet is going to win it from Royal Seaton as they come to the line. Imperial Ballet it is, clear of Royal Seaton. Philidor is third on the far side. It's a very close thing for fourth, with probably just getting up to be fourth, Double Flutter. But Imperial Ballet is yet another winner, a third winner of the meeting for Henry Cecil, and a first victory, a second victory rather, for Pat Edery. And so the result of the Royal Hunt Cup is first, number 5, Imperial Ballet, owned by Mr. Robert Sangster, trained by Henry Cecil, and ridden by Pat Edery. Second was number 12, Royal Seaton, owned by Axminster Corbetts Limited, trained by Rod Millman and ridden by Alan Mackay. And third, number 14, Philidor, owned by Mr. Jeff Smith, trained by James Eustace and ridden by Neil Kennedy. And a photo for fourth, but in my view just fourth, number 22, Double Flutter.
So Henry Cecil wins the Hunt Cup with the stable neglected. The favourite Tapis Rouge nowhere. Walk the Plank made a lot of early running. At this point, High Premium was just about in front, but then Royal Seaton came through with a white cap in the centre of the course, and for a moment looked like landing a West Country gamble. But then looked back to Pat Edery coming on the right of that leading group with the white cap and the green and blue colours. And as they come to the furlong marker, Alan Mackay is sending out distress signals on Royal Seaton, and Imperial Ballet, who's been such a disappointment so far, sweeps into the lead with Pat Edery looking over his shoulder for non-existent danger. He's done it on the day that the ground eased. He's cruised away for one of the most comfortable Royal Hunt Cup successes for a number of years, and confounded the theory that the ground would be faster on the far side. Pat Edery, with his hands on his horse's neck. Royal Seaton closes again on the line. Philidor, who hated the ground, runs on gallantly to be third, close for fourth.